guys, and welcome back to the Geek Street, where the street speaks. My name is Sean. As you guys already know, we've been releasing so many videos, and I got my geek buddies over here. Say hello.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Yes. All right. So today is very exciting. It's very exciting for us to gather here today because for the first time it's our inaugural episode of Star Wars Breakdown.
Dun, 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 dun.
I thought you're gonna sing a wedding song.
Just had to lah. Okay, so guys, Star Wars. We have Obi Wan Kenobi. Because I wrote here just Obi Wan. I don't know why they write Kenobi here. Okay, but yeah, it's Obi Wan Kenobi. I think we are pretty excited with the teasers. We were a bit skeptical because you guys know why, because of whatever that they were released before this. It wasn't really up to expectations as what we had growing up. But I think it had a good start, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
No, it was amazing because as we all know, like the previous current trilogy that we had, it was not up to our expectations and such. And after that, the Mandalorian was the one which I think saved all the Star Wars fandom. And then after that, we had the Bad Batch, and then after that, Boba Fett. All many interesting characters, new characters. But from the prequel storylines, it's like something to discover more of the Star Wars universe. So it was pretty exciting. And then the moment when they announced that Obi Wan was coming back, and Ewan McGregor also, going to play the character back again, it was very interesting because Obi Wan was one of those my favorite characters growing up, and it was like, when would I see him again? Because in the original trilogy, the original Obi-Wan, already died. So when would we see him again? The only way is to explore his prequel series. So I think they saved all the fandom all over again for this particular. And then, of course, they brought back Hayden Christensen for Darth Vader. So it's an iconic character which I think everyone just loves him. You cannot not talk about him in any Star Wars. You have to. It's like without Darth Vader, you cannot move anywhere, kind of thing. So it's very exciting. And the first 2 episodes, oh my god, it's amazing. So I'm just waiting for the next 4 to go.
With Harvin's lengthy explanation, we know how exciting he is.
Yeah, I think Arvind covered it all.
Yeah, I think he explained it all for us, so we don't need to say anything.
Yeah. I think it was really good. By the way, Jess, you want to show us something?
Oh, so since we are breaking down on Star Wars, I just want to show you guys, because every time you guys see I have like my Transformers collection at the back, but also want to show you that I'm
Cue the music.
So this is Bandai, if I'm not mistaken, 1:144 scale Millennium Falcon that I built myself a few years back, and it's one of my proudest build. Of course, I need to save more money and buy more of these Star Wars stuff. Yeah, just want to share with you guys. If you guys are Star Wars fans, if you have any Star Wars collections that you are proud of, something like Harvin has, make sure to drop a comment, send us pictures, and we might feature you guys on your favorite Star Wars collection. Yay.
What's the scale again?
1:144.
That's what she said. Okay. That was a bit too much. Okay, all right. So, thank you, Jess, for your sharing of your toys. If you guys want to know a lot about toys, you guys can hit up Jess on Instagram. We can have a discussion with him on toys. Right? Yeah. All right. Okay. So, without further ado, I know we want to get into it. So, this is the Star Wars. Obi Wan Kenobi, Episode 1 Breakdown. Okay, so Obi Wan Kenobi Episode 1 I truly feel this was very nostalgic and very. I really loved the opening more than any other part of the episode. Honestly, I didn't like it, but I think this nostalgic moment really got me, into it, and I think they really pulled those really what they call avid Star Wars fan who really love, especially the second trilogy, right? I know it's the first three, considered first three episode, but first like the second trilogy, right? Because we know 4, 5, 6 was the first trilogy. So I think it was a really good flashback with episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3, and especially episode 3 with the emotions of Anakin and also Obi Wan Kenobi at that moment when he said that you are my brother. So I think it was really nostalgic, and it got a lot of emotions running in me. I don't know how you guys felt about that.
Yeah, I think that I like the fact that Disney actually took their time to show us all of these shots so that it allows us time to actually sink in, walk down memory lane, remember that we grew up with this, because like I would say episode 1, 2, 3 is something that is closer to us compared to 4, 5, 6, because when 4, 5, 6 came out we weren't even born. But when 1, 2, 3 came out, we were still children. There were still toys and there were still posters, and we grew up with this thing. I remember going and watching Revenge of the Sith in the cinemas, and I absolutely loved it. So it's a very, very nice thing that Disney actually took the time to do it, and yeah, I loved it.
Your first movie, Star Wars, was Revenge of the Sith in the cinema.
Yeah, the rest all because I was too young. So I never really like grew up that much with Star Wars. So episode 1, 2 was VCD that time. Yeah.
Was it the same for the other two of you?
I can't remember mine.
I remember. I really remember watching the third episode 3 in the theaters with my mom, because my mom was the OG Star Wars fan. She grew up watching the first trilogy of the Star Wars. Then ever since then. But then of course at that moment, episode 1 and 2, we couldn't go and stuff like that whatsoever. But we went for episode 3, and ever since then, it's been a Star Wars fandom all over again. Then we were like, my mom just got cut off, and then after that, now episode 7 came out, so she got hype all again. Her favorite character is Han Solo. So yeah.
I really think for our age group, episode 3 was the kickstart of the thing. Yeah.
That shows that I'm very much older than you guys, because Phantom Menace was I did watch it in the cinema, and I remember growing up. How I got into Star Wars was first of all was because of Darth Vader, because I don't know why I love James Earl Jones' voiceover, and I remember my dad had this like a trilogy compilation 4, 5, 6. It was, I think at that time it was like tape, right? And we had a VCR, so we played tape, and for the longest time until I went into, I think when I was standard 4, standard 5, I always thought, because at the top of the thing it was written Star Wars trilogy, so I thought that the whole thing was called Star Wars trilogy. I never knew there was a New Hope, there was Empire Strikes Back, there was Return of the Jedi. I never knew it had a title for each of it. So I was made fun of by my friends, because I was like, no, that movie is called Star Wars Trilogy. And then they're like, no, it's New Hope, and I lost a bet. I was like, oh my god, I'm damn stupid. I was like, okay. So yeah, so I watching all the flashbacks was very, very nostalgic, right? Okay, so then as we have these flashbacks and all that, then we move forward to the sort of the real start of the episode, where we have it shows all these younglings, they were practicing something, and then we hear the very famous words by Palpatine, execute order 66. Execute order 66.
I'm so sorry, it's going to sound like an Indian Palpatine. Execute order 66.
I was trying my best to do. I was practicing it the whole day, and I was like, how do I?
But fun fact, if you guys watch Mandalorian, there's a very, very high chance that during that entire fiasco, Grogu was being how to say escorted back. So somewhere in the background over there. So it's the same timeline.
Yeah.
Grogu is Baby Yoda. Yeah.
For who would have watched it? Grogu is Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know whether they want to make the reference or not to because of all the fiasco, but yeah. So we see that. I mean, of course, like we were also looking out to see if, let's say, there was a side of Hayden Christensen or something like that, but nothing of that. So I think they don't want to give too much away in the beginning. So yeah, right. So that was the beginning of it, and we see how just to give us a little reminder of actually what happens before we actually go into Obi Wan Kenobi and what he did in between Revenge of the Sith and also A New Hope, right? So then the next scene we cut to Mos Eisley. Even this also, when in the beginning it was very nostalgic also because of the stories and things that happened there in previous years and stuff. So it was like 10 years later. So this like if I'm not mistaken, the timeline is like 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, right? So I think the Empire had time to gather forces and things like that. So in the opening scene in Mos Eisley, we are greeted by the Inquisitors, right? As we know, the Inquisitors, they are sort of like Jedi-esque or Jedi. According to Jess, they are full Jedis, but I still don't know. Okay,
it's not full Jedi. Okay, the Inquisitors, they are either ex-Jedis or Jedis to be Padawans, younglings like that are Force sensitive, who were kidnapped during this execution of Order 66, and they were like enslaved or trained to be these Inquisitors. So Inquisitors, they made their first appearance in Star Wars Rebels. So make sure to watch Star Wars Rebels so that you can learn more about the Inquisitors.
We also have that in some I'm not sure animated series as well and all. So yeah.
Even in the game, Jedi Fallen Order, there is.
Yeah, put a comment down if you play the game. Okay, all right. But to be Star Wars accurate, I'll just use what Star Wars fandom refers to as the Inquisitors. They are Force sensitive dark side agents. Okay, that's what I will be going for. Okay, ex Jedi. All right. Okay. So we see the Grand Inquisitor. I think it's a very much more pleasant looking Grand Inquisitor. I feel they did a good job on that. And then we see, we had a laugh about this earlier. We see also the third brother and the fifth brother and the third sister. All right. Okay. So and then they were looking for Jedi's, and then they reached this. It's called Cantina, right? And they come across this Jedi called Nari. So Nari was a runaway Jedi that was on Tatooine, and yeah, he died. Okay, all right. So they were there. So and then we see this third sister. So according to the casting, her name is Reva, right? And she apparently has a beef with Obi Wan.
Yeah,
I don't know. This Harvin, do you know about that?
No, it's a question, like something to explore now in the movies more.
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you guys. Okay. So basically, what people are speculating is, like I mentioned, young Padawans, ex-Jedi. So Reva was most likely a young Padawan during this execution Order 66, and she felt like the Jedis betrayed her by not protecting her, and whoever she loved dearly died, being killed by the clones during the Clone Wars. So that's why she feels like Obi Wan has to answer for not protecting all the Jedis.
No, but you can't help it because Obi Wan was busy having the high ground.
Yeah, having high ground.
Oh my god.
So,
yeah. All right. So yeah. Okay. So I mean, I think it's probably a plot that we will encounter in future episodes, right? Okay. So then after we have a first look at Obi Wan Kenobi, now known as Ben Kenobi, the famous Ben Kenobi that we know from A New Hope, right? And then we see a big fish. I don't know where this big fish came from. There's no water anywhere. It looks like a fish, lah. I don't know if it's an animal or a fish or you know.
Okay,
But
you
it
know
looks
what?
like Salmon.
I'll be the Star Wars fact guy, okay? The planet of Tatooine was known to have deep seas millions of years ago, and then it dried up and became a barren desert planet. So this might be an evolved creature that was once part of the sea, and then now it's a sand-dwelling creature. How you know it's a sand-dwelling creature? Go watch Mandalorian. Yeah, in the Mandalorian, they actually come face to face with this giant sand-dwelling creature. Uh, Mandalorian, right? No, sorry. Oh, Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Boba Fett. Yeah, Boba Fett. He helps the sand people to fight off this monster. Yeah.
But
Jess,
it looks like salmon to me.
you see evolution. You try to make your fact based on Jurassic Park, right?
No, what? No, it's basic. This one lah, like these creatures evolve, you know. Yeah.
Okay, no, we will accept it as a theory because there's nothing out there about these things, right? So it's not like it's not very important, but it's good to know where it came from, right? So yeah, and this is apparently Ben Kenobi's new job now, cutting fillets.
The fish
So-
can look like salmon.
Yeah, they look like salmon, right? Okay, and then we see that this is his work and things like that, and we see sort of like a cycle repeated with this. I think for about 3 days, throughout this episode where he does the same thing. He goes to work and then he travels quite on his own and things like that, right? And then we see a very familiar creature, the Jawas, make a return. This guy was quite funny. He stole something from what do you call? No, he gave the toy, which is what, Skyhopper.
It's a
That's,
T16 Skyhopper.
Sorry, T16 Skyhopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So which we saw Luke playing with it in New Hope. So and then we also see that the Jawa stole a part from one of his I don't know what ship or something like that, and then gave it back to him and said that cleaning costs extra. So funny little creatures, right? And then we see. I will break this down from Luke. Going from Luke and then we move to Leia because it's like all over the place, so we do it easily that way. In this episode, we also see the Last family, Owen Last, Baru, and then we see Luke. This is like sort of like a repetition of what we see that Ben Kenobi does in New Hope, where he looks over very, very closely, I would say, on Luke. Which I think Owen has a problem with, right? So, but we'll get into that. And then we also going back to, I think the casting is new, right, for Owen and Baru.
They're the same.
The same.
Same, huh?
Baru, they didn't really show.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
But she was still wearing the same baju.
Yeah,
we
the
saw
same
in New
clothes,
Hope,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But Owen, I forgot what's his name. That's
Same guy. They brought
Yeah.
most of the prequel characters back for the series.
Yeah, which was really, really we like nostalgic. I think this first episode really touched into all that, right? And then Nari also meets Obi Wan, and Obi Wan advises him to hide his lightsaber, be in hiding and things like that. Which also we see Obi Wan actually like bury his lightsaber in the sand, right? Because they want to be like absolutely invisible. But as the Grand Inquisitor says in the beginning, like Jedi always has this habit of saving people's life, even though whether they put themselves in danger or not, but they want to save other people's lives. So it's very nice, like Jedi's they.
I like
yeah,
his line that he uses. The Jedi hunts themselves.
Yeah.
I think he said it like a few times. Damn sick.
Yeah, because I think him being an ex-Jedi himself, he knows what they have to do.
I mean,
right?
there's a reason why he's called Grand Inquisitor. lah.
he inquisits grandly.
No, I think in this sense he has the higher ground, lah.
Yeah.
All right, okay. And then we also see Owen Last having an encounter with Obi Wan, and And then we see that part where the Inquisitors are trying to find for him, or trying to find for a Jedi in specific, right? And Owen Lars does not give him away because he knows that if the Inquisitors get Obi-Wan, then Luke will be in danger. So we see sort of this character clash between Owen Lars and also Obi-Wan Kenobi, where Obi-Wan is in the mindset of he has to look after Luke because he has to be a Jedi, but Owen Lars wants to look after him because it's he thinks of him as his own flesh and blood, right? So we see a lot of clashing between characters, which is really really nice. I think they're like setting up for future events. Yeah, Harvey.
Yeah, no, the dialogue we need to train him at the type of, like how you train his father, like
yeah. Correct. Yeah, I think that was a burn lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we also see Obi-Wan, sees Nari's body hung in Tatooine. So this is what the Inquisitors will do because they are on the hunt to annihilate all remaining Jedis and things like that. So that was basically what happened on Tatooine but look, we didn't see much of Luke per se, which I think we will see in future episodes, right? And then we move to Alderaan, where we see Princess Leia. I think it was really nice because before this, even in the first trilogy, yes, we see a lot of Princess Leia and all that, but nothing much about her childhood. Where we know Luke, we know sort of what he goes through, and probably had quite a quiet life, things like that. But we know that Obi-Wan was always there, under the watchful eye of a Jedi. But in terms of Princess Leia, there was nothing much per se said in terms of her in the first three episodes, the first trilogy, right? So, but we see her. Yeah.
What I like about this whole Obi-Wan and Leia thingy is that if you refer back to A New Hope, Leia actually finds Obi-Wan through R2-D2. So now it kind of makes sense, like why did Leia find Obi-Wan, like he's such a close friend, So now we see that connection as to why that is. So it's nice that simple touch just made a lot of sense to whole the trilogy.
Yeah, like the fact of a continuation, so there's no like loophole or whatever, right?
And to show that they're old friends now.
Yeah, right. So then, what they call? So of course we know in terms of in Alderaan what happened. There was like a party, and then Leia was being bullied. I would say that's not nice to bully a young girl, especially telling her that she's adopted in a different way, So, but we see her character, quite feisty character, like how we see Carrie Fisher's character.
Wait, before you move on, there's actually an Easter egg. You will see C-3PO, C-3PO translating.
R2-D2.
Yeah, and in the background, you actually see a glimpse of R2 over there.
Yeah.
If you watch Disney Hot Plus, they actually will give you
Hotstar.
Sorry. They'll actually give you that Netflix kind of vibe, like every music will make noise, So when C-3PO's noise came out, they actually put it down there.
R2-D2 or C-3PO?
C-3PO.
Oh. He'll be translating, right? Okay, continue.
Yeah, all right. Okay, yeah. So we do see them. Not a lot, but of course, I don't know how pivotal they are to this storyline, but we will see how it goes with them. Okay. Then we see Leia getting angry, things like that, and then we see Bail Organa. Okay. Yeah, Organa. I don't know, I keep forgetting his name. Okay, Bail Organa. Because he was a senator, right? In the Republic, and so basically she's living the high life now, Princess Leia. And then of course we see that she goes out, and they let her roam free. I don't know why they let her roam free when she's they should know people are looking for her, or people are looking for her type of people, So I don't know why. It's like negligence. All right.
Bad
Okay,
parenting,
so
are you gonna say bad parenting?
yeah. like okay. And then she gets kidnapped, and then we know that Bail Organa actually goes and meets Obi Wan, and he has a first attempt. Obi Wan declines him, saying that his main mission there is to look after Luke, and he asked them to get other people, and then Bail Organa physically comes to Tatooine to see what they call Obi Wan, and this goes back to the line of the Grand Inquisitor. Where Jedi's when other people's life are at stake or at risk, then they have to do whatever it takes to save that person's life. And then we see Obi-Wan dig up his lightsaber and go on another mission. We don't see any lightsaber activity here. Except for the part, except for the initial part where Reva, they cut off the hand of a woman. I think that was pretty, an Easter egg to Anakin Skywalker, maybe, I don't know. Because when that happened, it reminded me of that, okay, right? But yeah, so we don't see much lightsaber activity, which was, maybe they should have put some lightsaber activity inside there, but...
No,
not yet.
Not yet.
For the best.
Oh, you guys like the one idea, but because like for me, when especially if you talk about episodes 1, 2, 3, right? In the beginning, always got some lightsaber activity, right?
I mean, that's the thing, because that is movie, so you need to have a lightsaber at the beginning. I mean, somehow or other, because the scope is there. You already have 2 hours plus to tell your story. So, so you have to like play out like where you want to put your lightsaber. This is series, like it's a 6-part of a series, so you can play, and we are very much more excited of Obi-Wan than the lightsaber first. So we can let Obi-Wan play out, then later on we see the lightsaber. And then to say, we saw 2 lightsabers inside the box. So one is Anakin's and one is
Right.
And we did see lightsaber in the beginning, during the execute Order 66.
We did see that.
Yeah, we saw some.
But that was like very short, lah.
Yeah, the reason why they don't want to show a lightsaber battle, because if they want to show a lightsaber battle, it has to be with Obi-Wan. But the whole story right now is Obi-Wan does not want to yield the lightsaber if he can.
He does not. He didn't even want to tap into the Force. I mean, we'll go into episode 2 with that, lah.
Yeah.
So for him to wield the lightsaber, it's gonna take him a lot of persuasion, and it's gonna be like that episode where we'll go like woo, so they're saving it for that moment.
Yeah.
Sean,
All right.
Did you mention that Leia's kidnap, the behind of Leia's kidnap was Reva's plan the whole time?
Yeah. No, I didn't go into that, but yeah. So that was
actually episode 2, right?
Yeah. No, they will reveal it there later on, lah. But
Later on they reveal.
yeah. So okay. So basically that is episode 1, right? Very nostalgic feeling. Very how to say? I think for me overall, I think it was good. It was a good opening, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys have final thoughts on episode 1?
Just one word.
What's one word?
Just one word, nostalgic. That's it.
Yeah. That's the word I would go for as well. Nostalgic.
For me, I just like the fact that they. I think this is a kudos to Disney. Actually, they do their best to bring back the same actors. Bail Organa, Breha, they're all the same people. So, that's actually something that what boosts the nostalgia. If it's different actors, you wouldn't really feel it.
So technically, all our words are the same, nostalgic.
All right, so we actually doing episode 2 after this. So if you guys see the next video with the same clothes on, because we did it back to back, right? Because since I don't know, Disney released episode 1 and 2 the same day, so we thought why not? We do the same thing. So yeah, so Jess will be breaking down episode 2 after this. So guys, also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as always. Please leave your comments down below. Whatever you think that we missed out or anything or any further explanation that you guys have. Especially if you guys know more in terms of what happened with that in between the 10 years, because now there's another 10 years in between that we don't know what happened, right? Between Revenge of the Sith and that's what she said, yes. Between what happened in Revenge of the Sith and also what happened in episode 1 of Obi Wan, right? Obi Wan KENOBI. So yeah, so do leave a comment below and also go on to our other socials and follow us there, and we will be releasing a lot more info throughout the week. When we're not releasing videos, we are there actively posting every other day, right? So yeah, all right guys, so thank you guys for watching. This is the Geek Street, and the street has spoken.
May the force be with you.